Well, this is a special Live with Les. You're used to having these Live with Les shows pop up, but this is a special one outside of the norm, outside of our normal scheduled ones. Matter of fact, I am recording this. We're not doing it live, although it says Live with Les. It's live now, but you're not seeing it. So nonetheless, it's going to be a special one today. We're going to have a friend of mine that'll be joining us who has just written a new book over there. It's called Life Lessons. See, right there, Don Reid of the Statler Brothers. And so I tell you what, without any further ado, let's see if we can bring him in here. And let me move a couple things. Let me move some of this up and see if I can bring him in. And right there, the little click here. Don Reid.
Hello, Les.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can, and you can hear me too, I trust.
I do. I hear you.
Good.
How are you today?
Great. Everybody's fine here, and I hope everybody's fine there. You look like you're 100%.
Well, I'm pretty close. I tell you, I'm close enough to 100% that no one could handle the rest of it if I went all the way up to 100%.
All right.
Well, the last time we were together, Don, at least from this standpoint, to talk about something new in your life, it was whenever, let's see, I can't see it now because of going double screen, is whenever you wrote this book right here,
Yeah.
The Music of the Statler Brothers, an anthology, which, just for my 2 cents, this is the best music book I've read in my 60 years of existence. It was riveting. I felt as if I was in every hotel room with you all as you were writing songs. I felt like I was on the bus. I felt like I was backstage. I was part of the Statler Brothers, and this was a wow book right here.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, and I want to make an announcement here for the first time because we just got this word yesterday. We heard from the Association of Recorded Sound Collections Awards for Excellence, and I won an award there yesterday for Best Historical Research in Recorded Country and Roots Music. So what you're saying about it is so very nice, and what this award says about it is so very nice, and it was just very fulfilling. I appreciate it so much.
Well, what that award said just validated what I said.
Yeah.
That's exactly
it. And I hope I hear from so many people, and they're saying those kind of things about it, and it really makes my heart feel good because I put a lot of myself, a lot of my personal into that book into probably 2 years it took me to write it.
Yeah. Well, I felt like I was on the bus with you and in the hotel room. You can't get any better than that.
That's good. That's backstage, back curtain. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but now, okay, so that's the old book, which I can't believe I was saying that's the old book. That's only been out about a year or so, I guess. Oh, real quick, before we go to the new book, you also have this book out now on audio. And right? Okay, well, I know so because I've heard it. I've got it. Yeah, exactly. And I highly recommend, honestly, I'm just telling you straight up, I'm going to try to do a twofer here for you. You need to buy both. This one right here, I underline things and earmark things. That's how I do with a book. Whenever I read a book, it looks like it's gone through a war by the time I'm through with it.
I can imagine what your Bible looks like.
Yeah. It looks like it's worn. Thank the Lord. That's a good thing to have a worn out Bible. But this one's worn out too. But then I got the audio book, and then hearing you read it kind of gave yet even a different light on what I read. And so I recommend to certainly any Statler Brother fan, but I'm going to go one step further. Again, honestly, if you're in the music business or even thinking about being in the music business, get them both, because not only was it a fun read for a Statler Brother fan and all of that, but I'm telling you, there are great lessons to learn about the music business and how to handle things right in this particular book. Now, speaking of life lessons, that segues into the new book, which is called Life Lessons. And I kind of got a little bit of a sneak preview over the last year because I was part of your email list every Saturday night about, 10 or 11 o'clock at night. ding, here comes an email from Don Reid, and it was a chapter from one of the chapters that made it into this book. So I was in your Sunday school class, basically. So tell the folks all about that, how this came to be in your Sunday school class.
I have been teaching a Sunday school class for over 35 years at my home church, Olivet Presbyterian. And I was doing that even back when we were touring, and I would be there on most Sunday mornings. When I wasn't, my son Langdon would fill in, and he would. He's a great sub for me. And anyhow, I would do this. And when the pandemic hit in January of 2020, all of a sudden, by March, the church was closed down. I wanted to keep some kind of contact with my class. We call it the friendship class. And I started sending out these little epistles on Saturday night. And that would be kind of like just about 2 pages worth. And you were on the list because I had some friends across the country that I added. And my sons, Dee and Langdon, they got to looking at them after a few months. They said, I think we got a book here. I said, well, I never quite thought of that. And sure enough, the publisher said, absolutely, let's do that. And he got on the list too. And so what became just those little Saturday night Sunday school lessons became this book. And it kept me sane throughout the pandemic, writing those things. And it was great fun.
So did you write? I know you sent one out each week, but did you literally sit down each week to write one, or did you write a few at a time? Or
I sat down to do that weekly, but I'm one of those kind of guys, I can't leave anything lay. So when I would sit down to write one, I'd write 3 or 4 before I quit. And so I'd write 3 or 4 a week. So I was way ahead by the time I got to the end of it.
Yeah. Well, let's fast forward.
So many more in the book than what I actually sent out.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to say there's some that was a new read for me.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we'll fast forward a little bit, and then we'll dig into the book. But so now, are you back in your Sunday school class?
We are. For about 3 weeks we've been back. We're meeting outside, but we're meeting. And I stopped the sending them then once we did that. But we're back, and it feels normal. It feels good. We got discussion, and that's what makes it great. Everybody's got opinions they want to give and stories they want to tell, and it makes it a wonderful time.